Hey everyone! Well, managed to get my Superman tickets. Didn't quite make it for today, but definitely gonna be staying with this weekend, so there's that. And I'm also want to know more about my next round of dental appointments, a couple weeks at least. So, with that in mind, I will give you this Pokemon Ultimate Journeys vlog in episode 95, the good, the bad, and unlucky. And watching it with the knowledge I have now, how it's actually still a pretty interesting episode, and one I could actually see having a potential impact on future plans if what they're saying about this anime and the new one being part of the same canon is actually true. So let's begin. So the episode begins with Team Rocket getting off from like a day of screwing caps onto who who Magikarp shaped tubes. Though I do not know whether or not they automate process. It's very difficult for Wobbuffet, who does not have fingers. At least none that can be seen. And after another failed attempt to steal Pikachu with a Slacking and a Slackhawk sends a blessing off via attacks from Lucario and Cinderace. See, they can work together when there's not inconvenient plots about how a horn involved. It, they end up landing near the cabin in the mountains of Butch and Cassidy, who were revealed to have become a cook and conceptual artist, respectively. And as it turns out, they've actually finally left Team Rocket to pursue more honest work. And also for the highlights, it's something interesting about them. Even though Jesse James is one of my favorite characters, they usually tend to be the professors, typically, I do think that also presents like another example of how if they want to, they could have normal life. I mean, they don't have to keep trying to go for the criminal lifestyle, man. And I well, I think it's also quite notable that they're the main focus of this episode, and I do acknowledge that yes, as the events of the previous season still happened, if not the way we expected. I mean, with Jesse being orphaned and in foster care until she enlisted, James running away from home, which despite being very lavish, having a controlling fiance, eh, and Meowth trying to learn how to walk and talk for another Meowth, but doesn't appreciate that. That it's in many ways they're for the most so seeing some of the more humorous characters in the cast are actually also some of the more tragic ones too. I mean, especially under the circumstances that I'm making this vlog. I mean, I won't have anything to author a card just yet, but I am working on something, and you'll know when you see it. Count on that. They do end up crossing paths with Ash and Go again in the desert, where they're sandboarding no less. I mean, I do find it interesting that Go's using the Beedrill as his navigator rather than Flygon like he usually does, but that Dragonite is a welcome presence, as she always is. And they ultimately decide to keep up the life because it excites them more. But given what I talked about before with the 2BA Master event miniseries, I still maintain that it doesn't always have to be like this. I mean, they can live a normal life if they want to, and admittedly, some of the expressions and some of the shenanigans that they get into with the trying to chase down like the a Gashapon Pelipper are quite amusing to me. It's the exact kind of stuff that I think that the new anime is missing. Maybe this collab that Dot's doing with Iona will work. Or it could also. I know it's got purpose in the story that I'm trying to figure out, but let's start wrapping this up. So, with the first five episodes now having been covered, I will might need a moment or two to figure out how I'm going to be approaching episode 96. I mean, depending on how I feel, I give that one a brief outline and script. I might improvise that one. There's a couple ones I know for sure this season I'm going to be scripting, and you probably have an idea of which ones as well. And and I can definitely tell you for certain and that this is going to be one of the key fixtures of this channel, especially as the release of Legends ZA draws closer. I mean, my goal is to ideally have this finished and maybe, just maybe, finally start my arc by arc look at Horizons as well. After that fact, I mean, but it's all gonna depend on how other stuff goes, especially over the next couple of weeks. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now, and I will see you soon with my look at the new version of Superman. So, take care, everyone.